So everybody, iPhone filmmaking. It's something that I've been wanting to do for a really long time. I say I before the phone just because that's what I have at my disposal here, but I know the Galaxy S21 Ultra and the new Pixel phones are like really good, like maybe even better than iPhones. So yeah, just whatever you have at your disposal. We're gonna be talking about smartphone filmmaking, should I say. That's a little bit better. Hope you enjoy. Let's get right into it. So you might ask, how does an iPhone compare to some camera like this? Well, obviously the camera must be better, you might think, and you are correct. The camera is obviously better. The whole camera is devoted to taking photos and videos, where this phone is many different functions and the camera is just one of them. But where a lot of people get a little bit confused is this phone can shoot 4K video and this camera can only shoot 1080p. So the whole K thing, like the 4K, 5K, 1080p, is all kind of false advertising if you ask me, because this camera may shoot 4K and this might shoot 1080p, but which one's better? The camera, obviously, because look at this thing compared to this, right? Obviously it's better. Basically what 4K means is it's recording with more pixels. So technically you're going to be able to get a lot more flexibility on this iPhone than the camera if you're actually being realistic here. You're going to actually be able to zoom in more when I take stuff on this camera than on the Canon. But one thing that people don't understand is obviously you're going to be able to get much better photos on here, because really 1080p and 4K aren't actually that different. You know, most people can't tell the difference between 1080p and 4K, to be honest. I mean, I can, obviously, because I'm a filmmaker and I look out for this kind of stuff. 4K does look a little bit crisper, but really why professionals use 4K and even 8K so they can get a lot more flexibility afterwards. So they can zoom in and they can do crazy stuff, wacky stuff after the fact. 1080p has a lot of limitations when zooming in because you're going to lose a lot of that resolution. If you zoom in 8K, it's only going to be 5K, or if you zoom in really far, it'll be 1080p. And really, you don't want to, and with 1080p, you can't zoom in very much and stuff. Really, 4K and 1080p is not that big of a difference. You know, there's some great 1080p cameras out there that are really expensive. But this video is about smartphones today, so I'm going to try to do my best in post-production and when I'm filming, and I'm going to do a comparison between these two. I'm not going to tell you what they are, but I'm going to show these videos that I took. I'm going to let you decide which one looks better, and then I'm going to show you at the end which one was correct. Let's go. So everybody, I don't know if you could tell, but basically camera B was the Canon and camera A was the iPhone. So there you go. I don't know if you could tell that or not, but yeah, that's basically what they look kind of side by side. Now, as best as I could, I didn't bring it into DaVinci or anywhere like that, but I did notice that the iPhone has this weird sharpening filter on it that just looks really bad. It makes it very like smartphone-y looking. You know, if they just took that off, you might not be able to tell as much. But I don't know if you could tell, you know, I obviously could tell the difference between the two. The camera just looks like a lot better, but basically the point is you can get pretty good shots on your iPhone. I filmed a few short films with my iPhone. The links will be down in the description back in the day. And basically what I use to film with my iPhone is an app called I use an app called Pro Movie, and it is a great app. Basically, it allows you to have full manual control over your camera. Now, if you use an Android or something like that, you probably already have this built into the main camera app, but if you're like me and use iPhones, they don't have this. It's all automatic, which is really annoying, and that's why a lot of people, you know, get digital SLRs and mirrorless cameras, because they want to get all that flexibility in there. And that's why I really like Pro Movie. It's really great. I mean, it has all that autofocus too, but you can also go in there and change the focus. You can change the aperture. You can change the white balance. It's just really a great app. And it's free. That's the best thing about it. Now, it does have a watermark, but you can easily just crop that watermark in post, and it will go away. Kind of how I shoot it. That's kind of how you do filmmaking with an iPhone. This was just a little video that I decided to make randomly, because I'm in the middle of two projects currently that are really big, and this video wasn't the best behind the scenes video that I've ever made, but hope you like it. Remember to give it a like. You can't dislike anymore on YouTube, by the way. Reading an article about that yesterday. And yeah, have a nice day. See you in the next one. Bye.